Everybody, welcome. Today we're going to be solving ByteRace 2020, and it will start any minute now, in a second. Yes, we are in D1, so we are unrated in this contest, and I believe that problems are the same for both divisions. You're just unrated here. I'm not exactly sure whether or not the problems are sorted according to the difficulty. I hope we can solve a lot of problems, and I will also be explaining solutions as I solve them. Okay, the beginning of an era of cyber wars. I'm not exactly sure what is cyber wars. Maybe it's some popular fiction. I don't know. So 2021 was approaching and the world was about to end. Wow, impressive, very accurate. So two guys, two guys created the cyberverse, but this time disappointed with human boss. But this time disappointed with humans, both the gods decided not to have humans in this world. Okay, so they created a world of cyborgs, whatever. Let's get on to the actual problem. There are n kid cybers with chief cyborg. Okay, and he has K weapons with him. He wants to distribute these K weapons among n kid cybers. Why do cybers need weapons exactly? So you just create a cyberverse and you are about to start a massive war. Wow, impressive reasoning. So since all the kid cybers are very good friends, they set a rule on themselves for taking those weapons. Okay, so they are very good friends, but they need weapons. Pretty accurate, you know. The rule stated the difference between kid cyber having the max number of weapons and okay, so they distribute weapons as evenly as possible. We want to find the minimum number of weapons a kid cyber can have when all the weapons are distributed among them. Whatever, it should not be very difficult. It sounds so far just we need to divide and then round up, round down, something like that. Yeah, so let's write some code. We'll need the input-output streams. For this problem, I don't think we will need any vectors whatsoever. We have some number of test cases, and we proceed them one by one. I will use a common idiom to do it. I know that you can do something like that, and it's kind of shorter, but again, the main objectives for today are to write reasonable code so that you guys can understand everything that goes on. Okay, so we're not necessarily competing for the speed, we're just solving problems. Okay, so we have two integers n and k for every test case. And we want to output, what exactly do we want to output? The minimum number of weapons. Okay. So far, I believe that you see what goes on, like when we have like 8 weapons, 5 guys, we sort of have to distribute them kind of evenly. So the max difference is most 1. And I believe that the minimum element will be just the floor result of the division. And then you add a bunch of ones to the remaining guys. And this is the only way to distribute them evenly, right? Because if it is not this way, then you have to either decrement one of 2's and increase the other, but then the difference will be 2 between minimum and maximum. That's not what you want. Or you have to, I don't know, decrement once. You can't do this. If you increment once, you can't do this because when you get 0 and 2, and then somewhere here is other way you increment, but it's still 0 and 2, it's bad. Yeah, you can't increment 1 and decrement 2 because it's the same rate, just a permutation. Well, I believe we are happy to output just that. Yeah, also we have a lot of input lines, so we'll use fast input output for this problem. We need to turn on the synchronization with standard input from C language. And we want to untie the std scene from the corresponding C facilities. And we want to output just the floor, so we can divide as such. The only, I almost messed up the order of variables, but I believe it's now fine. Oh, we have to submit like that. Well, whatever. Okay, it's okay. Can we please? No, whoa, impressive interface. Whatever, I believe these guys are still kind of cool because they are setting up the contest. I mean, even if first problem is as simple as it can be. Oh, don't they have C++ 17? It's very bad. I really like C++ 17. Structured bindings, all the things. I hope we're doing well so far. Am I stupid or what? Am I? Oh, right, because I typed 1 column instead of 2's. Not a big deal. I believe there are no penalties for compile errors. So. Yeah, but actually, let's be real this time around and compile our code. Now, I don't personally have a compiler right now. I mean, I have compiler, of course, I have C++ compiler. Like, no, I believe no operational system can work without it. But I'm not. I don't want to work from command line now, for now. Sync. So many typos. Whoa, something is wrong with me. But still okay. I mean, we have 2.5 hours. And let me also submit the file. And not exactly here, but here. And a minute now. Good. Accepted. Yeah, I really should have written like main code like here, so that I don't have to retype it every time. Okay, whatever. I believe, yeah, a lot of people saw it, whatever. Sub alphabet. Okay, it's a silly pun, whatever. Because alphabet is of course the correct word, but I assume we're having like bits or something like that here. Yeah, because every letter is assigned to the power of 2. We want what? Okay, so we have strings. All characters have different values, specifically powers of 2. And we have a score of string, it's sum of points of its character, whatever. I'm given 2 integers n and k. I want length n and total score of k, or print -1 if it's not possible to form the cyber string x. If there are multiple answers, print n. Okay. So basically what I believe we have here, let me read the input, right? First thing you always got to do is read the input, and I'm a fool because I'm doing it in a wrong file. But you're not, you're a guy smarter than me. Won't do such mistakes. We have two variables, n and k, not surprisingly. Hello, my dear friends n and k. And we would like to have string, I believe, just because we're going to construct it. Now, the order of characters doesn't matter, right? And so let me think. Let me think. So I believe we can have like pretty easy condition for whether or not the string can be formed. Like, well, if you want, for example, you want something like 101, k equals 101. What is the way to write 101 in binary? 64 plus 32 plus 4 plus 1, I believe. So we are getting something like 101 bunch of zeros. Oh, actually only two, and a couple of ones. So clearly it's not possible to obtain this string if you have like less than 4 characters. So n should be at least pop count, the number of ones, number of set bits in k. On the other hand, clearly n should be at most k, because otherwise every letter is worth at least one and you will overflow. I believe everything in between can be achieved. So you start with something like this, and when you want to increment the length, and you take any one and replace it by two ones of the lower order. This way you increase number of ones by one, and when you keep doing this, you will eventually get to n ones, to k ones, right? So you can achieve anything in between. And now we just want to implement it. I'm going to go with frequency. So frequency 26 is how many of each character do we need? Initially, it will have set bits wherever k has set bits. So for int I equals 0, y at most 26. And yeah, forgive my usage of constants, which are not defined as constants. I'm not in the mood of writing lots of constants today, although it's a good practice. So, okay, frequency at I gets k, and like this we can check whether or not the ith bit or the ith least significant bit of k is set. We initialize like this. I believe we're going to add, actually, first of all, we're going to check whether or not our conditions are satisfied. So do we have like std of count, or do we have to access it through built-in or not? Whoa, we do have std of count. I hope it's not. That's why. Yeah, that's why. Input count. Others forget how many underscores are where. Is it std? And I believe it should not be std. It's, yeah, it's plain because it's like macro, right? So if n is smaller than that, or n is greater than that, and we got an output to -1, -1. Otherwise, we have to sync. In this case, we don't have to sync, it's impossible. Otherwise, we have to sync. Let me think. What is it? Like original, right? We have that many bits set. So please set bits. So now for int I equals 0, I at most n minus set bits. So we start with that amount of characters, and we want to get to that amount of characters. So we want to add that many characters. I'm going to be very lazy, don't be very lazy. This part of the bit. I'm just going to take max element. So yeah, I'm just going to loop through frequency if frequency j greater than 0 minus frequency j plus 1 plus 2. So we change one occurrence of character j to one occurrence of character j minus 1, to two occurrences of character j minus 1. So effectively, a 1b is worth 2 a's, 1c is worth 2 b's, and etc. etc. And we get a break if we ever encounter such. I believe that this works in O of alphabet size times n, big O of alphabet size times n, which should be okay because sum of n is relatively small and okay is huge sometimes. But that doesn't really matter, okay. Just like that, we can output our string. I'm going to output in the following way. Just iterate through our characters. And we output as many characters as we have to, as many occurrences of the character I as we have to. Or actually, I am stupid, because you can estimate string as a constructor frequency I, and then we can take character A and shift it one I to the, and add I to it to result in, like, when you add 1 to A, it gets B, and when you add 2, it gets C, etc. etc. Okay, didn't copy it first, like it did. In the first case, we can have 2 A's. Okay, well, vector. Obviously, we did not include vector. Totally our fault. Let's try again. Like, once it compiles, it should be okay. Whoa, okay, so it does not work as well as expected. It outputs more characters than it should. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Maybe I'm reading input in the wrong column. No, it's MK. Okay. But the last test case is indeed -1 because n is greater than k. No? Yes, because n is greater than k. All right, okay, happens. Let's actually print out our frequency array. I think it's even good when we can go through some debug. And it helps not only solve the problem, but also see how to deal with difficulties which always arise. It's good if they don't, but they can. Okay, so original frequencies original frequencies are wrong because I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Right, like that. Well, the problem was that, as you can clearly see, that I was not paying attention. That's the problem. Speaking too much on camera. What I'm thinking. Yeah, that's more like it. And because obviously the intention was to check whether or not ith bit of k is set, not to obtain the value of that bit. So we started with the wrong frequency range. Now I believe we can submit. I hope we are not using like an NSM model, right? Right. Hello. We are trying to write a contest here. Please test our sessions. I hope it gets accepted, but anything can happen. Let's see. Let's see. Good. Good. Yeah, well, not that many people saw it. It's really good sign, but let's keep going. We are definitely behind some people, right? And we are not going to the ranks until we solve like half of the problems at least. Okay. AGCY, whatever that means. AGCY, Angry Cyborg. Okay, so this contest is obviously Cyborg team, whatever. If you guys like it, very good. If you don't, well, not a big deal. You can disregard the legends and focus on problems. So, Cyborg Janish is angry. I hope it's Janish. Janish? 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 Oh, okay, okay. I hope it does not offend anyone whatsoever. He has so much rage that he decided to go on demolition spree for 2 days. There are n cities in his world numbered 1 to n in row from left to right. Okay, I sit from left side is city from left side. So is city I. The supreme leader of the world is VSM and I'm not exactly familiar. Is it kind of some popular culture that everyone except me knows? Is it sort of like India related or something? Definitely let me know what VSM means in the comments because I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing kind of a lot of funny jokes here. So it actually helps to focus on problems. In day, Genius chooses 2 cities L and R. He starts at city L and moves along the road toward right side till he reaches city R. So he chose a sub-segment. In city R, he destroys 1 statue. In the next city, he destroys 2 statues. Whatever. Find the total number of VSM statues he destroys in each city after 2 days. Whoa, okay. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, if it was like 1 statue here, 1 statue there, one all along the segment, then it would be fine with trade, right? But here something more interesting goes on. And we clearly cannot like process all the queries like one by one because it would take quadratic time. That's not what we want. I believe some sort of smart linear, 1 pass linear algorithm is enough. Let us just figure it out. Everything will be fine. So initially he has like what, 5 cities? Or is it 5 queries? What's going on? I didn't read the input formats, I'm sorry. And I definitely should. Okay, so let's first read the input. First line of each case contains int n and int q. Then we have a couple of queries. Well, I'm a bit lazy. I'm going to work with queries as if they are pairs. Semantically, they are not pairs, they are intervals, but whatever. Semantics is not the first thing you care about on the contest. Have queries, right? Of size q, and then for auto, right? Oh no, it's structured bindings. It's prohibited in C++14. There is no such thing. Okay. Or actually, you can do this, but you can do this. Then we have to sync. Sounds like a reasonable input processor. Potentially we'll need to decrement indices by 1, but it's okay. Yeah, whatever. I'm sorry. I have my notifications on in my messenger. I turn them off now. So we have like what? We have two samples. Very good. Our first sample has 5 cities. That's okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3 queries. So from first to third, or actually I should have numbered them. This. From first to third, we get like what? 1, 2, 3, right? Then from first to second, we got 1, 2. From fourth to fifth, we got 1, 2, and it's the last query. I'm thinking, you know what? I mean, I would like to maintain 2 numbers, which is the current sum of the stages and the current number of stages, of segments. So the total numbers, total sum of numbers, and the total, the number of these numbers, right? So there it will be 2, 2. Then what goes on, it's if segments don't end, right? Then total sum increases exactly by these counts. So total sum becomes 4, and we still have 2 segments. Okay, if one segment ends, and we know at which number it ends, we know just by how much does the sum decreases, so by 2, and then it will increase by the remaining number of segments, so by 1. So it decreased by 2, increased by 1, it's 3. Again, segment ends, segments start, segments always start with 1. So yeah, we just, for every interval, we have to insert some sort of event, which I will again denote with pair of integers, so events for. Oh, actually, yeah, whatever. I mean, we already read the input, so I don't want to redo anything of that. So we loop our queries. Now we want to insert a bunch of events. So events can be of 2 types. It's either the beginning of the interval or the end of the interval. And events in place. I also suggest like Boolean value. So it's let me write a comment. So true if opening, false if closing. Want to place what events, like query first with the value of true, but the value of true will go second. Okay. Let me think. Do I want to process? I don't care in which order to process events. Very good. What I'm doing, stupid. I also want to and we can sort the events so that we will process them by the increasing number of by increasing coordinate, really. Something like that. Although sorting obviously requires algorithm. And then I mean, we won't have like anything smart here, okay? We want, what I mean is that we won't store the answers all at once, because once we found the answer, it doesn't really matter. We can output and forget about it. Yeah, so it's going to be like it is for int I equals 0 less than n plus n. It's the current state really. While events, or wait a second, I also want an event ID. While event ID less than int event size. Actually, event size is equal to 2 times number of queries. We can define it explicitly, so that we don't have to cast to int like in this terrible manner. While event ID is valid and events at event ID first equals I, and I believe that we will also want to decrement this too. Yeah, again, like zero-based indices are the way to go. Excuse me? Yeah, I'm talking too much and not drinking water. That's why my voice is far from perfect. Okay, so while the current event corresponds to the day that we want to process, also not stature. We also want not stature count, but segment count. 0. So if events at event ID, oh my. It will be easier if we work with iterators, right? But it's too late to convert. So if it's an opening segment, then what do we have really to do? We have to increment stature count by 1. Yeah. I mean, the closing, it will be half open. The intervals are half open. Because we want to close the segment after R, because R is inclusive, so we want to include R as well. We increment stature count and we increment segment count, because one segment started, one more segment started. But I think we will just increment the segment count, because later on we'll stature count plus, we will do stature count plus equals segment count. It's really like it appears that we start another segment that is initially 0, but then when we process from the current element to the next, it will get value of 1, and it is exactly what it needs to get. Okay? So we will output this. And I also realized that I'm terribly wrong. We need integers. Because we need to know the length of the segment that ended. And the length of the segment is something like query second minus query first. So for every segment that closes, we want to know its length so that we know by how much the stature count will decrease. Okay? So if it is equal to 1, then we do it like that. Else, it's some negative value. First of all, we do segment count minus minus. Also, we do stature count minus equals 3, 1, 2, 2. No, I believe plus 1, because the length of the segment is plus 1. Okay, so otherwise we decrement by that much. Or actually increment because it's not, no, right. The length is positive, so we decrement. Very good. Oh, wait. We have a problem here. We need 0 here. Because 1 can be a valid query length, right? So can't do it like that. Fortunately, we can output spaces so that we don't use entirety of our output for new line characters. I believe this is it. Let me check if it compiles in the first place. I mean, when C++ program compiles, it's halfway done, right? Right. And we don't have all that many. What actually went wrong here? Q may be initialized. Reasonable concern, my dear compiler. Q is uninitialized. No. Yeah, now it's stuck in the infinite loop because probably Q contains some garbage, and we tried to create like vector of 1 billion elements or so. And on average, one would expect a random uninitialized variable. A little bit too much. Why exactly is that? We only output n numbers. Oh, because I'm stupid. I'm very stupid and I didn't copy the correct way. I did, but... Oh, okay, so it keeps... Right, of course. Because these two should be like after the while loop. Sure. Oh, but we also did not increment event ID in the while loop. Reasonable? Yeah, unfortunately it gets stuck. And time limit, I believe here is pretty huge, so it's faster to refresh the page, really. Hello. Thank you. I mean, it's very useful that this website works. Not sure whether or not you can run. Well, the answer seems fine. Let's try it. Angry cyborg. Anything can happen. Correct. Good. 54 people already saw it. We are 2 problems behind the leaders. Not all that good, but not all that bad as well. Let me put it this way. Battery. I wonder how Codechef does not run out of problem codes, because I would expect something like cab to be taken very long ago. Oh no, I accidentally closed the problem. How much time do we have left? Oh, we have a lot. I mean, 40 minutes in, we solved like what, 3 problems? Okay, not that much time, but we're definitely on the right track. The most dangerous cyber genius is finally entrapped. He is finally entrapped on a narrow bridge over the valley. The bridge is n meters long. For convenience, position E represents a portion of bridge between whose left border is at distance I minus 1 meters from left and what happens? Oh, okay. Okay, so okay, the first section is first section, right? So it starts at 0 meters from the left hand. All right, right. So the east section has energy AI. Nice joke. I believe it was not intended, but right. When cyborgs AI, sure, why not? There are 2 tanks of strength. Tanks, who really does tanks? So, strength X at position. Okay, so at the ends. Well, actually, why is it n plus 1? Right. Because you have n meters, so n plus. No, I still don't understand. I mean, if your bridge is 3 meters long, then you have like what? Position 0, 1, 2, 3, right? Not 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. When the length of the bridge should be like different, right? No? Whatever. Let's assume they are on the ends. From now, at any second t starting from 1, first Janish can select any battery placed at position E such that they okay, so the tanks kinda come together and push Janish to the middle, and he accumulates energies. The heck is this? I mean, as long as I understand, it's kind of obvious. So he can like, oh no, it's not obvious. Whoa, I'm stupid. Okay, so I saw that he can like take only one of the edges, but he can take anything in the middle. Okay. I believe you can construct the solution from the middle to the outer edges still. Yeah, and what I mean by that, let me draw some examples. Oh, here we have like what? Okay, there are 3 test cases, right? This one, and this one, and this one. Here we have like what? 4 batteries, 5, 1, 4, 2. Initially, he can select 5, then he can select 4. And he will escape because the strength of tanks is 8, and he can accumulate 9. Very good. In the second example, it's 3, 1, 2, and the total energy is 4, and he will escape because he can take this on the first step and this on the second step. In the third example, they are like 5, 5. In total of 7, whatever he chooses, they trap him the next step. Okay, what I meant is like, it's not always beneficial to take biggest of two ends, right? For example, like if you have 2, 3, 10, or not, yeah. 1, 10, 10, 10, 1, and you want like 30 to escape, right? If you take this and the border shrinks, and you take this and the border shrinks, take this, you get only 21. But you can immediately start with taking this, then the border shrinks, and take this, border shrinks again, take this and escape. And how can we, and I would like to solve problem like from here, then here, then here, in some sort of dynamic programming. Or actually some sort of greedy algorithm. So it makes no sense to take element in the middle, like before the last time. So initial answer will be like 10 for this segment. And what is the max energy he can accumulate like the previous step? Well, there are two numbers added, right? So, and he has like, yeah. Let's make it a general case. We suppose we solve problem for like this segment, then we have like L and R. So two new numbers are added. Actually, AL and AR, but whatever. So here we have some kind of answer, A, capital A. And so some numbers of these are used, some are unused, then used and unused start with the same letter. Okay, so let used numbers be set B and unused numbers be, well, set C is a set of unused numbers and set B is a set of used numbers. How can you improve your score? At this moment in time, I believe you can't like take both of them, right? Because you have only 1 second before border shrinks from this to this. So can you actually like, okay, so you can pick the largest element anywhere here that is still not used. So you add 2 numbers to your set, then you extract max. And you add another 2 numbers and you can extract max. And if these 2 numbers are good enough, then they both get extracted at some iterations. Right, so for example, when we had like 1, 10, 10, 10, 1, and I bet we rather, yeah, we will definitely add this example because sample test cases are useless in this particular problem. Let's be fair. Like sample test cases are supposed to provide you with some sort of helpful information. Not a solution, of course, but why no information, like not at all. 530, 1, 10, 10, 10, 1. We also need to increment the number of these guys. Yeah, this is the input, right? And this is the expected output. Because we have our own test case for this problem, I want to start here so that I don't have to like add it manually every time. Right. So back to our specific case of 1, 10, 10, 10. Ironically, my 1 is greater than my 10, but whatever. So we start with this, we take 10 into the answer, mark this is used. Now we get a little bit more numbers. We say like, okay. Let me pick this one because it's the largest of two. Then we get another 2 numbers and we say like, no, actually I don't want these numbers because I have a better number in mind. administrator tab. This is pretty much everything that we're gonna do. We need obviously a set, and we need an ordered set, okay? Because we want max elements, obviously. Int n x, I believe. Line. So we just read an input here, nothing particular smart. What is the middle exactly? Like, can I just divide by 2? Be happy with it? If you have 4, the middle is going to be 2. Okay. We will have 2 separate cases for even ends and odd ends. As much as I don't like having 2 separate cases, it appears that in this problem it's going to be the easiest way around. So if n is odd, right? And we can check it comparing the lowest bit. If lowest bit is set, it means that number is odd, otherwise it's even. If number is odd, 3, then we can divide by 2, and middle will be exactly n divided by 2, and we can divide by 2 like that. Otherwise, like middle, when we divide by 2, we will get right middle, so right part of the middle. Okay, here, what we have is the following. And at the end, we will check if we will subtract from x, because I don't want to make another variable. So we will subtract the energies we pick from x, right? And in the end, if x is negative, it means like Janisha is constantly doing some damage to tanks. And if he drops their HP below 0 or to 0, he wins. Here we can have yes. My mic is going in the way of my set, but it's okay. I mean, without my mic, we would have terrible sound quality. I'm also not a big fan of outputting like uppercase specifically, but whatever. So for okay. If it has for middle, right? We can specifically subtract like a middle. And here we will have like int left middle. So we take 2 numbers at a time. I want 2 indexes because of that. So right middle minus 1. Here left. Here left equals middle minus 1. Right equals middle plus 1. I want to check that left is at least 0. At most n. And increment condition is we decrease left and increase right, whatever. Oh, very long. I understand it. You may not like it because it's kind of ugly. But man, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I'll just do like that because it's kind of shorter. Oh, okay, let's keep code clear. It's okay. Now unused, insert a left, a right. Here and here and all right. Now x minus equals unused std previous of unused and, or can we just take back? I believe we can't, but this add back. It makes no sense because because the structure is not linear. So we get to take like iterator to last to first past last, and then we take previous of it. I believe it means that we also have to use iterator, unfortunately. Unfortunately, because the more includes we have, this slower it compiles. Competitive programming, it won't it's not a big deal. Like you obviously won't have compile time higher than 5 seconds or so. But in production, I try to keep number of includes as low as possible. Well, obviously, without damaging like reasonable practices. So actually, this is an iterator to max elements. We want to decrease by value. Started this iterator. So now unused, erase iterator. We can delete elements from set by iterator. I think this works just fine. Let me check. It's, where is it? Okay. So the answer should be yes, yes, no. Okay. Very good. Do we have like specific line when it happened, or it just happened at the very end? Okay, let's walk through. I mean, this paren is matched with what exactly? With this paren. This paren is not matched with anything, but this paren is matched with this else. Because we don't have a paren for this form, because I copied it without syncing. Yeah, half of my type was come because I copied without syncing. Unfortunate. This is not what I would like to see. So why this happens? Like, I'd like to see it here and here. Potentially, I would like to see a separate line between different test cases. So here we somehow take 10 and 1. Oh, because I am stupid. Of course, it's multi-set, not set. What can I say? You guys are smarter than me. You won't do this mistake, okay? I don't remember. Maybe it's just in set, right? Maybe just set. Yeah, define header set, whatever. I'm going to use that every data structure lives in its own file, but maybe it's not the case. Still no. Well, why exactly? Explain yourself. Why did I copy paste it the wrong way? It doesn't matter. We're still fine. Oh, at least it's interesting. Well, everything is not that easy, right? Okay, so we are still, because I'm a total moron. No? Right. I hope YouTube doesn't ban me because I swear, I think it's fine. Like, should not be bannable if you ironically say bad things about yourself, right? Yeah, now that's more like it. Now that's more like it. And if we get rid of unnecessary output, does it work? And yes, yes, no, yes. Let's go. Select file, battery, submit. I hope I'm not using anything like a C++ 17. I should not be. I mean, multiset is pretty old. Hello, I'm trying to submit a problem here. Can you please process my query? I mean, potentially we may have like overflow issues. The idea seems correct. Okay, so we got to sync now. We got to sync now. What can potentially go wrong? Just to make sure, I mean, it stores values in increasing order, right? By default, compare is stdless, right? So I mean, it outputs correct answer for test for samples, so it should be correct. We take end and we take previous iterator. I think I'm not mistaken and it should work. Like, it has to work, right? Yeah, previous of end. Do we have like any special cases when? No, I think we are fine. Like if n is equal to 1, then we take first element, subtract it, and go ahead. Or potentially, right. I mean, we process a lot of elements which are huge. We definitely can overflow, right? 10 to the 5th time 10 to the 6th, 10 to the 11th, and we overflow. Yes, it was pretty embarrassing, I must say. I mean, we should not do such errors, people. Well, you are not making errors, I'm making errors, so it's fine, it's fine. I believe that if we have like only x to be in 64T, it should be enough, right? Because then every time we'll do like that, it will get casted to this one because of the wider type is used. Yes, so the problem was that we got to huge negative numbers, which then went to positive numbers, I believe. I'm not exactly sure why it is not runtime error. It would be very convenient if it was a runtime error, so that you can like immediately see that you have overflows. Or potentially this is not an error and we have some other error in our code. No, this is it. Good. How many? Whoa, not bad. We are one of 25 people who solved 4 problems. Not bad, not bad. Let's keep going because we spent a lot of time on this problem. We should have spent lots less. And we still have like 3 problems to go. Nobody solved the last one, which is kind of interesting. Definitely sounds interesting. So the Dr. Khan installed new software on CyberShreth. Is it Shreth or Shreth? Sounds ominous a bit. Ominous. I'm sorry. I can't speak English now. Range minimum queries. Wow. Different problems given an array. Plans. Okay, so 2 arrays actually. Interesting. You have to calculate what? I don't understand. I don't understand. What is array A? Array A is what, like indices or what? Oh, okay. So array B is an array of indices, all right? And we kind of have like, we want all queries to get processed. And we want, and the queries are like indices. Or super complicated statement, really. But wait, how is it even possible? Okay, so you don't have to do range minimum queries with like some kind of data structure. You have to do some sort of dynamic programming because obviously here we have like what? M squared complexity, one do. So we can compute all of these range minimums in somewhat more smart fashion, okay? But let's first read the input. So the input consists of 3 lines. First we get n and n. We have 2 arrays, a of size m. Yeah, pardon me for not talking right now. I believe it's not very necessary to comment what I'm doing. I'm just reading input. I'm trying to focus. Okay. So we read the input. Now we're interested in our queries. So B are indeed indices. So let me immediately decrement this by 2. By 1. Convert to 0 based. And now what I would like to do. Wait, but no, it's just too much queries. Okay, I believe we can do it. Convert. But we will need to sync. For the second time in this contest, we have to sync. These guys know what they're doing. It's very nice that you have to sync. I mean, this is why we're here, at least part of us. Okay, so this is an array A, right? Then we have array B, which is like 1 for 6. And 1 for 6 means that we want a range minimum query from 1 to 1, from 1 to 4, from 1 to 6, from 4 to 4 to 4, from 4 to 6, from 6 to 6. We want to add all of these guys. Interesting, very, very interesting problem we have today. Do we have any other constraints that they can like sort of make it life easier for us? No? I mean, what I suppose we can do, is kind of so what like intervals we have here? We have this one, it's with index 1, and this one, and then this one, right? And we have like this interval, this interval, this interval. Well, first, like we can take care of the diagonal separately, right? I believe there's no faster way to do it than that. So let's numbers are huge as well. So I suppose we have to do something like that. Answer. I don't really like naming variables answer, but I guess we have no better choice because problem setters did not provide us with any better name for answer than the answer itself. Well, actually, we are not going to break anything right now, so we can just iterate casually. Let's replace equals A and Pj. Because we converted this to zero-based already, and we can afford. So now we took care of single elements, which is kind of nice, because what I believe you now can do, is sort of combine these numbers, right? But I still don't understand. It will take quadratic time. Like what I have in mind is that we can compute all range minimums in quadratic time using obvious dynamic programming, right? Am I missing something? Is time limit like huge for this problem or what? No, it's not. There is no better way than quadratic. Am I stupid or something? Range minimum query. I mean, the number of queries, like this thing is quadratic already. And I'm not sure that we have any kind of structure here. Any kind of structure. I mean, we just can't compute every minimum. What is that? Oh, wait a second. I think I got it. So obviously, clearly we need something like n log n, right? So something of divide and conquer is expected. What if we take the minimum element and cut every segment? right? Can we do that? Can we do that? I'm not sure that we can actually. I mean, it increases the number of segments, and this is not something that we're going after. I mean, we can immediately answer all queries that intersected, right? Right? Yeah, I think we can actually. So it intersects like two queries, and we can. How can we compute this? You may ask me, well, we know how many queries start here, how many queries end here, right? So we add what starts, subtract what ends, and this is how many queries go there. As easy as it gets. Or alternatively, we I'm stupid, because we can just take a number of pivots, and I'm calling elements with indices from B a pivot, and we can just add the product. So what we really want to know is for every prefix and every suffix, how many indices from B there are. And then we process elements in sorted order and add how many, and add this value time. So here we have like left from index times right from index. This is count of numbers from B here. This is count from numbers from B here, and we multiply it by array I. I suppose this should do it. I mean, we do everything in linear time. Whoa, that's huge, man. I'm impressed. Very beautiful problem indeed. I'm not sure if it's well known though. I mean, I believe I've seen this idea somewhere. We don't need that. We don't need that. Well, actually, elements of B are distinct, right? So we can. Well, reading B was a mistake. No, reading B was not a mistake, but B. So it's whether or not element is present in B, okay? I can't come up with a better name, okay? Go easy on me, please. I'm solving problems here, not writing a poem. Right. And I think we are going to do that, actually. Prefix, B, suffix, because we want prefix sum and suffix sum of B present, okay? We're gonna take that, we're gonna take like algorithm for prefix sums like vector for, no, not that vector, that vector, standard hello. For prefix and suffix sums, okay. We can call partial sum from what? From B prefix. And I apologize if my audio was a bit quiet because I just wanted to see my entire screen at the same time and forgot that I'm trying to speak into the microphone here. I hope you can still distinguish something. It will be a real shame if the audio gets destroyed. So B prefix begin, B present end. Then we need std make insert. prefix. And for that, we also need iterator. Not a big fan of using it, but I believe it's still shorter than computing prefix sums by hand, especially if you are not me and don't write std all the time. So what do we have here? We have something like that, right? We had to reverse one of them, we had to reverse second one of them, okay. We would also love to have this direction pairs. And these pairs, not like that. So we are going to store a pair for each element of A. We want to store element itself and position, because then we are going to sort the positions and the order will be lost if we don't store it. Are numbers in A distinct, or do we not care? Wait a second, we would like to know. Yeah, I'm stupid. We don't need suffix sums because we want to know sum on any segment. So we will just have prefix sum and then work with it exclusively. Because when we code the second time, our intervals change a bit. Right? Am I right? I think I am. So for auto, we don't want to copy, we want to a position. Here we have to do something. We would like to cut it into two. I believe we have to explicitly write it as a recursive function. Let me think of a way to do it. Are these squares like partitioned? I'm not sure we're actually doing good here, because I mean, once we partition, we would like to know which element goes to which half. And we would like to know it kind of faster than. Oh, we can just select minimum in linear time, but it will be too slow. Or will it be? I mean, minimum can be at the boundary, right? And then we remain still with quadratic time. Very unpleasant situation. So the problem is we now want to quickly compute the minimum element of A on some given segment. We want to do it in at most log n time. And now we actually need range minimum queries, right? And we literally want smallest element of A. But I don't want to write segment tree. Can I please have like a Fenwick tree? I mean, nothing changes really, so I should be able to go with Fenwick tree. All right, right. Yeah, so we want original range minimum query problem here. Okay. Into RMQ. Wait, range minimum query finite tree can only compute from 0 to right. It's not good. I tell you, we don't want to write segment tree. Okay, what else can we do? I believe we can do something like sparse tables, huh? No, we won't do for a Colton algorithm. I believe we can get away with something like range minimum query, which uses SQRT decomposition. Oh my, oh my. So this was necessary. Now this was necessary. Okay. But we would like to keep it global because we are going to make calls to it. Very bad code is about to fall. A. Block, mean, whatever. Mass, whatever. I mean, we're doing very bad already. Very bad things already. In terms of good code, in terms of contest, we are doing not bad. Okay. So eventually, every minimal element is like infinite. Then what we have like for its block size equals SQRT size. For int I equals 0. Yeah, definitely should take it. M. I is smaller than n plus plus a I. Block mean I over block size, I suppose. Also not a clearly. I think that's n over block size. Now we need to process actually this element. And an. I believe you should do it, and then we'll now we would like to have an answer, right? Int query, or should I say minimum, int left to int right. Okay. Oh, no, not this one. Yeah, so what we want to do is we create answer, which is original infinite, and we go like for want to find first block that goes after block ID. That's what exactly. Left or block size should definitely be here. Because we really would like to work with it. Block size, we do like that. We take first ID after the ID of the left. Okay, because left block can be not complete. Can be incomplete, and we don't want to process. Block ID is then at most right over block size. And I mean not at most, but smaller than. All right? Let's put block ID. For these blocks, we can take minimum of blocks immediately. Block mean and block ID. Now we take from left. We'll increment the index until index until we come to an end of the block, which happens when index plus 1 modulo block size is 0, and we don't want to, also we want index to be at most right. Okay. So we kind of, I believe this is semi-open. Like this. And we want another condition, I believe. So, well, index less than equals or right guarantees that index never goes outside of the array. Okay. We really should have written SQRT decomposition a bit more often. Or actually, so we want to store original elements as well. Now we want index to go from right -1. Index should not get smaller than left. Actually, this is tricky. If they're in the same block, then we don't have to do this. Oh, I really wish I had like pre-written RMQ with SQRT decomposition. What exactly do we want? We want to do this only if left block not equals right block. Okay. Then we want to go from right -1 because we have this interval. And why do I also, okay. Index is a bit too long. When index plus 1 modulo block size is 0, it means that we are coming to the next block, to the previous block, I should say. And this is not something we want to have. We can stop safely here. I believe this is it. But it may very well not be it. So now we want our recursive function, and I'm very tired already of writing all this code, so I'm going to call it solve. Solve from what exactly? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so I create a stack and immediately initialize construct one instance of the data structure. Q of A. Well, I can't, right? Here will be what initialize. Q initialize with A. So solve will operate with B prefix in Q. And we should pass like this here. No, like this, because we pass half of each one. Then left, int right. And we also should return actually the index. What? Ah, okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. What we have to check is if AI is better than that, and look here. No, actually, if A here is better than, worse than AI, then it should get fine. Very complicated, but very interesting so far. You don't necessarily want like infinities here. You can kind of initialize it to -1, like that. To left. Let's initialize to left, because what we're going to do is for example, here, if array at block mean is better than array at answer, answer should get block mean from block ID. And the reason why we are doing all of this is because we want to output the index of minimum element, not the minimum itself. It's kind of unfortunate that I realized it so late, but it's not all that complicated to fix. And yeah, this is not difficult at all. This output mean index, right? Okay, so int middle gets parent Q index from left, right? Now we want to return what? We want B prefix from middle minus B prefix from left, but not inclusive. No, B prefix actually contains correct indices, right? Right, because we started with 0. Super good. And we make sure it's long enough. No. And then take b prefix at right minus b prefix at middle. I'm not sure whether or not we need to have like +1 here. So we disregard middle. And we should like, okay, let me think. If we are processing current elements, there are like 3 of them, and we're processing the middle one. How many times do we have to count it? 4, because there are 2 on the left and 2 on the right. No, so we don't have to exclude anything. This will exclude from, so here we need +1, okay. I'm not sure what is the order of multiplication. I mean, I assume it's from left to right, but let's put 1 L here anyway. And Q array at middle, it's a current value. And now we need 2 recursive calls from left to middle, -1 plus. Is it fast enough though? I mean, what if the array is sorted? It doesn't feel like it's good enough. We also need something like if b prefix on right minus b prefix on left equals 0, return 0, right? I will be very surprised if it compiles in the first place and very, very surprised if it works. It's kind of a tough problem. I did not expect nice problems. I mean, I expected nice problems, but not necessarily difficult. We can't divide because block mean is, of course, not what I wanted to write, because I wanted to write block size. Oh, okay, let's double index. Double some script. Very well. Damn, man. Kind of hard to tell what's exactly goes wrong. Well, I guess you can have like this kind of issue. I expect it's still segfault. Or actually now it looks like time limit exceeded. No, still segfault. Okay, so this is half open. This is exactly the sum from left to right include. Is it included now? Include, right? And it should not fix segfault, so let's keep thinking. Middle is the minimum index from left to right. But this is not inclusive, right? This is not inclusive. But now it works somehow. Well, how can it happen? Okay, I went to right +1. It actually should have failed. I mean, 0 is not correct answer anyway, but it was nice to have an answer, right? So middle is the index of minimum element. Left is inclusive, right is not inclusive. So what intervals do you want to split in? From left to middle, not inclusive. Okay, so like that. From middle to right, from middle not inclusive. So like that. So potential in middle -1 got to like -1 and then it got segfault. 47, which is not quite accurate. Not quite accurate. Left count. I mean, we definitely want to understand what our answer is formed from. So we have like this kind of pair. Let's right count. This pair, and we say like this will give us one line per every time we add something to answer. I suppose it should be enough to see what your problem is. It may very well not be, but it's okay. I mean, as long as we're debugging, we are actually learning. So that's nice. So we added so we indeed dissect by one. Right? Am I right? We dissect by one. Can I have like more information, please? This will go to the next line. Here I want left, right. Hello, can I get some kind of answer, please? Yeah, I can clear actually. Okay, so we start with from 0 to 7, which is correct. And there is a total of 7 elements and 7 index 7 is not included. They answer like, well, your kind of thing is 1 and it has like 2 numbers to the left of it and 1 to the right. That's correct because we have 10, 9, and 19. So number 1 is minimum of 2 segments from 9 to 19 and from 10 to 19, which is correct. Now we get to like 0, 4, which is exactly that segment. That's great. Let's keep going. We got, it says like minimum element is 7, which is not correct. Which is not correct. Minimum element here is clearly 3. So something is wrong with our data structure. It appears like it is. Let me think what might go wrong. Like we get block size. We create a lot of like we divide by block size, and then we have like 1. Or actually, like we initialize it with 0, which is not correct. What I was thinking, I equals 0, I less than n over block size plus 1 plus size. So the problem was that we initialized block means with values that can very well be not from block mean at all. And the actual values should be block mean at I equals, we can initialize with something like I times block size, and it will be correct. Okay? It's the first element of every block. And can I have this like block count? Because I want to take this, but then divide actually accurate. So I want ceiling, I don't want to go into float, so I will leave it as it is. Is this any better? Let us check. We have a lot of time still left, 40 minutes. But still not correct. B should be the minimum, the index of minimum element, right? We match some param. That's a big deal. Which param? Which param exactly I did not match? 33. So that param. That param is currently matched with that param. Maybe I copy pasted something wrong. Oh, because yes. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll just clear person redundant. So block minimum indexes are 1, 2, 4, and 6. And I'm assuming that square root is what? From 7, it's 2, right? So we have blocks of length 2. And 1, 2, 4, and 6 is actually correct. If something goes wrong later on, when we actually query for me, because this construction is valid. When we query for min, we can start with something like, well, okay, what if min equals to left? And we can iterate. Yeah, let me pull this up. Left is in some block, right? You don't want to take the entire block, so we start with the next block. Because left block can potentially be incomplete. We don't want to get into right block, because right block can be incomplete. Yeah, the block in which right and lies, don't want to go there. So for these blocks, we are perfectly fine. Okay, for array at block min is better than array at current answer. And we can just insert, right? I'm going to change the answer. And we can start from left until we get to the next block and until we get to the right and take all the answers. And I'm assuming that when I plus 1 equals block size, and it means that we are, oh, not equals, of course, not equals. I want to iterate as long as it's not equal. No, still no. Why don't we get like this here? No, until we finally got to the beginning. Do we have like right parentheses or zero? I can actually like say like it's on 0, right? Okay, maybe we need to write parentheses because modulo has like low priority. Oh, we're still getting the from 0 to 4 minimum element is 7. I didn't understand. It should be 3. Okay, so from 0 to 4. Right block is what? 2. Left block is what? 0. Well, wait a second. Like if the current element is first. Oh, okay. If left block is complete, then we want to have it. Plus left modulo block size. So the reason is that we want to take left block, if it is complete. And we don't want to take right block anywhere, right? So if this is complete block, no, actually, if this is incomplete block that we want to take it, if it's not, we don't want to take it. Is it any better? I'm assuming we were not taking this block completely. Oh, okay. What actually went wrong? Like, I'm assuming that we made like, no, we actually made the correct call here, right? Then we went to the left branch, which is of course 0 to 1, we got 10. Then we got to the right branch, which is from 2 to 4, and we got 7. And we got to the right branch from 3 to 4, and we got 7, which we should not have gotten. Okay, potentially it's not what I think it is. We got query 3, 4, from 3 to 4, which is from 9 to 9, effectively, and we got the answer of 7. Why do we get it? From 3 to 4, this gets what? This gets 1, this gets 2. This is not the beginning of the block, so we get like from second to second, not inclusive. So this never gets executed. Then we get like from 3 to 4, and we like return plus. And we say like return, or actually, no, I should be at least left. We do this because blocks are different. We start from 4, from 3. We take 3 into account. Left to right, turned, answer. And answer should be the index, just so that we know what to expect. We should still get like output limit exceeded. But I expect that we will have some helpful output from RQ now. So it was outputting like invalid index. From 3 to 4, it was outputting element 7, which is not correct. Let's see what's exactly going on here. Huh? And then again, from 3 until I is divisible by 2 and not greater than 4. Check if it's better. Improve if it's better. Change the answer. Can we actually be like very lazy? No, we can't. I'm assuming it was output like inval 10, so somewhere around here. From 3 to 4, from 3 to 4 actually. From 3, third element was like 1. Shouldn't it output like 0 straight away? Huh? Yes, so RMQ34 returned 2. But why did we query RMQ34 in the first place? Because we query middle 1 plus right? No, we query like from left to right. So it means that we entered 3, 4. Our count says 0 and 1. Whoa. But it's wrong. Like we have 4 selected. Do I have a correct B prefix? So what I suppose was going to happen is that we break. And we should have E prefix is, should it be actually right -1? Huh? No, I don't understand. Right is not included. The fourth element of it is 2. Do we have to query like that? Do we actually have to query like, well, what do we have to query? We're asking 3 and 4. Yeah, but what if left equals like 0? Isn't this why we had like 0 at the very beginning? So we have what? 0, 1, 1, 1. We then want to find from third to third element. So third element originally, from index 3, right? It should be present at index. Wait, actually, from third to fourth is like 9 only, right? Right. Now here, it appears to me that it should be a left +1 and right, or potentially right +1. Oh, I'm not sure about right +1 anymore. And there should be like right minus left total numbers, right? Oh, something is broken. Okay, something is broken. Potentially this is the problem. A. Not exactly what we expected. We wanted from third to fourth. Was it the correct one? So was it like that? I'm confused. Okay, so maybe we are doing the correct call because there is 9, which is selected, right? So 3 and Q3, 4 outputs wrong result anyways. I have to deal with that. But I don't understand how it happens. I is better. So I expect this will let us know what was the original answer. Oh no, I would actually want to know where it happens. So first label is here. Second label is here. Third label is here. Yeah, just dial already. Hello, can you please terminate? Apparently it happens here. So we somehow says that 2 is better than 3, but 2 is not in this block ID. So we iterate our wrong block. Or how is it possible, actually? Level block, what do we have? 3 and 4. Block size is 2. So we get 1 and 2. 1 is correct block ID for index 3. All right? But you can't take it because it's incomplete. So we should not go here like it's all. Don't want to get like in one. Whoa, okay. Ternary operator is evil. So I assume that it was taking like wrong value of not this, but like this plus this, and then it somehow failed. Oh, if it works, I'm impressed. Not everything was commented that should have been commented. I assume 74 multi-line comment. This is not the one I want to deal with. Not today. Okay, we still have 20 minutes left. Well, I don't think it will actually work. I mean, hello. What happens? Hello. Is something wrong with my internet connection? No, it's not. How am I seeing accepted if I'm not logged in? I think I should try to log in and separately. Oh, I'm back. I'm back. People, I'm back. I can submit. You won't stop me like that. Well, actually, I will get stopped, I believe, by wrong answer. Okay. Well, if it works, I'm super impressed. I don't think it will work like first try. Yeah. Are there like any notifications that I missed or something or what? Okay. Well, potentially something is wrong. Like where? Exactly. Um, is this count correct? Like right is not inclusive, middle is inclusive. Okay. Middle is inclusive, left is inclusive. Okay. We also want to multiply by value at middle. Sounds legit so far. Potentially B prefix. No, B prefix is it most like what? 10 to the fifth? No. No. What else can go wrong? I mean, 100% can go wrong. Like our entire queue may be wrong. I guess we should have a block count for in case it becomes excessive. Okay, so we have left block, right block. Answer is initial left, which is always valid. Or I guess we should also take care of the cases where left was greater than or equals to right. I mean, as long as it does not break the sample, it's a reasonable assumption. Potentially, we're calling something from the incorrect range, and we get like negative values or something. Is there any kind of penalty for wrong submissions? I'm not sure. I mean, it doesn't look like we have time to write our own test cases. Was I'm sure. I'm assuming it's still not enough, but maybe an improvement. Maybe an improvement. Oh, okay. What else can we do? What else can we do? I'm assuming we don't need this output, sample output anymore. So I take left count, right count, counts in words. Here it's again from left to middle. Here it's from middle to right, not inclusive, and that's correct. Here we have from left to right. Here we also have from left to right, like that. Here is also correct call. Left count times right count times right middle should be fine. I mean, both of these are in 64 keys, so whatever is going on here, it's valid. Now here we get like what exactly? We get from left to middle, not inclusive, and here we get from middle to right, not inclusive, but that's correct because we don't want to deal with middle anymore. This seems reasonable. This also. I believe I don't have to make like parentheses, but I will write like that in case. Actually, or z equals z. It's the best way. So then we don't have like anything, any segments intersecting our number. And there won't be anything in between, right? We don't have any endpoints on that interval. So the answer is 0. Okay. How much time do we have? Not much, not much. So we have a block mean. We like, because these, when divided by block size, will go to this. That's correct. So initialization is correct. This loop, I believe, is also correct. This division is correct. We compute the exact count of blocks. And we do like what? Should this block looks suspicious? Can't we do like block ID equals 0, block ID at most block count plus block ID? And we can loop through all the blocks, right? We'll check if block ID times block size is greater than or equals to left, and block ID times block ID plus 1 times size. So the beginning of the next block is at most right. If these two conditions hold, then we can then block is valid, and we can go further and check whether or not this block actually improves anything. And it looks like pretty reasonable. And we also want to be using this. We start from the current block, from left, right, until we get to the beginning of the next block. And it means like until, or actually we may be missing like first element of the block here. If e plus 1 is the beginning of the block, let's try again. Not exactly. I mean, it won't be, I mean, we are taking minimum, right? So it won't make any difference if you take the same number if you check it 2 times, right? So let's try again. And the sample answer is still out, so hopefully we generate at least something reasonable. I'm running out of ideas. I think this may not end well for us today. Is it take so long to get the wrong answer? Can I already get my wrong answer and keep going, please? Am I getting wrong answer? Hello? Hello? It doesn't really want to collaborate. Still wrong. It either means good sync or bad sync. Like bad sync is if it's valid, but it's TLE on some huge test. Good sync it is if it's wrong answer immediately. so slow. What am I? It really takes like all our time. Oh, can I already get my run answer, please? So long. So, or potentially, I don't want to give you like any extra hope, but potentially it's just super slow because adequate people write segment 3 for MQ and I don't. And because of that, we have like still acceptable n square root of n, but it kind of runs very slow, like on the edge. Or maybe just the server is having troubles. By the way, we are not doing like bad, okay? We are doing like top 50. But I believe we can do much better. I mean, there is a lot of people, of you guys, solving a lot of problems, which is really nice to see. And I'm somewhere, not even top from Ukraine, whatever. So a lot of people are solving. Whoa, that took so long, and I don't know what to do now. It's still wrong answer. Not time limit exceeded. Do we have any hope of like solving it in last minutes or something? Array block mean array answer. And this update seems reasonable to me. We start at a left and go to the right until we encounter the beginning of the next block. Because this is the beginning. When this gets 0, it means we are at the beginning of the new block. And we don't want to surpass right under any circumstance. On the other hand, we start from right minus 1 because right is not inclusive. We go down until we end up in the element that is before the beginning of the block, so before we get to the previous block. We don't want to get below that. And if the current element is better, then we update the answer. And it seems very reasonable, but something is wrong. Not sure what. So if the interval is empty, or there are no interesting points, right? You can do like that. Well, actually, what happens if you like ignore this condition? Maybe I'm totally wrong and you can like, don't stop. Interesting problem. Very, very interesting. I mean, we could do some very stupid mistake, but I don't think that we did. I hope that we did not. Okay, at least this time it was faster. Well, I mean, if this is 0, then we get 0 and 0 here. So we get 0 here. And then we don't, we get recursive calls, but it's still 0. So yeah, I think we can keep this. What else may be a possibility? So like here we take middle, that's correct. It is correct. indices and in B do not pairwise distinct, right? Pairwise distinct. And in ascending order, where we don't necessarily care about ascending order, but okay. Was included. I'm doing was included, I believe. VE by BJ. Yeah, I'm doing was inclusive. Otherwise, there we wouldn't have like middle. I'm doing was inclusive. I think we can ignore middle because we already processed it. We don't want it to be minimum again. That's why we ignore, otherwise we will be like endlessly looking. Something is wrong, but what? That's a very good question. This is correct. Division is correct. This is correct assignment. Greater gets smaller. This is correct. Answer equals left. Do we have like any sort of stupid in 6040 issue? What if I just change everything? I know it's not reasonable, because we should not have troubles like that. But you know, it can't get worse, right? You have to assume that you may be very stupid and miss some sort of 6040 issue here. Oh, not again. It's going to be very slow. Let me see if we have any more issues in our code that are kind of obvious. And everything seems fine. Did we do any like mistake which is super important here? Or maybe I don't know. From left to middle, so not inclusive middle anywhere. Okay, apparently we are not solving it on time. What else can we say? Well, elements of A are not distinct, but we don't care. We want any minimum. Okay, it happens. Let's try to figure this problem out anyways. Can we still like submit it? or can't we? Or apparently we can't submit just now. Okay, pretty unfortunate. You know what? Maybe we will end our Livesolve here. And whenever I figure out this problem for myself, I will just record another video explaining maybe what went wrong. I think that on the idea level, we solved the problem and we're missing some tiny little details. And it will be better if I figure this out myself and don't make you suffer, I guess, waiting until I come up with a solution. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, and maybe another video will come whenever I figure this problem out. Yeah, this is it for this video. Hope it helped. I mean, at least with first 4 problems. Yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we'll be right back with another video with an tutorial of this problem.